Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to Ice Apple 23. Thanks for your support. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Not a lot to say this time around. We're out on the road adventuring right now, collecting loot and experience points, so let's get back to it. Now, we do have that ancient curse at Bald Hilltop to worry about, but we've still got about 25 days before that actually triggers, so we've got time to kill. I am having second thoughts about heading for Sorrowflow, though, at least until we gain another level or two. Instead, let's try heading for the Riverine Rise. We'll clear that location, then head west to Stag's Fall to sell off all this extra loot we picked up at the bridge. After that, I think we'll head west. That should hopefully put us up against some more level-appropriate encounters.
I tire.
Oh, looks like we've got a kingdom event. Okay, looks like one of our advisors just went up a rank. We've also got some minor event resolutions here. Nothing important, just small rewards for meeting with advisors and petitioners. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen any real kingdom events yet. It looks like Tristan's the one who's ready to go up a rank. That actually requires Silverleaf to go back to Stag's Fall and spend 2 weeks training him, so we'll hold off on that for now. Like I said, we've got 25 days till that curse strikes, and I'd rather spend that time adventuring. Speaking of which, we're fatigued, but we'll set up camp once we're actually on the map. I do love that camping dialogue.
More strength.
We should gather our strength.
I hear you. We're setting up camp. Looks like it's a small map anyway. We'll get some rest, clear the map, and then head back to Stag's Fall. Oh, but let's make sure we're actually using our camping supplies. We are on a soft time limit here. Ah, random encounter. That's fine. We can always use more loot and experience points. This is also a good excuse to use up the rest of our abilities. It's nice that all our frontliners were in exactly the right spots.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Nicely done, heroes. Let's skin those corpses and get some sleep.
In due time.
Had I not met Grotus's followers in my darkest hour, I might have taken the same path as you.
I don't think of it as a path. The gods simply don't have a place in my life, that's all. And if you were disappointed in the gods, you would be preaching atheism as passionately as you preach the teaching of Grotus.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with Valerie's assessment there. Alright, let's have a look around. Nothing so far. And there's our secondary exit. Alright, that just leaves this raised area up here. Let's backtrack and check it out. Oh, that is our very first water elemental. Let's take a look here. Okay, that's actually not too bad.
As it should be.
I don't think we could handle a huge water elemental, but we should be able to handle a large one pretty easily. We'll start things off with one of Silverleaf's bombs.
Serves you right.
I need to concentrate. Becoming distracted leads to becoming dismembered.
Thank you, Silverleaf. I'm sure we'll be fine.
To victory!
Well, that was even quicker than I thought it would be. Let's see what he was guarding.
In due time.
There's a cave. Can't go inside, though. And we've got a dead dwarf. With some decent recovery items. Not bad.
All according to plan.
Well, I'm not seeing anything else, so I guess that's it. Let's head back to town. Yeah, we're not quite overloaded just yet, but there's not much point in traveling further out if we're this close to being over-encumbered. We're already here, so we might as well take the chance to lighten our load before we go any further. We'll swing by Stag's Fall to drop some things off, but I will try to get back to adventuring as quickly as possible.
Follow my lead.
All right, off we go. Oh, you know what? Let's grab this resource while we're here. It's not much, but it certainly doesn't hurt.
I tire.
Okay, let's hit the pause button while I do some bookkeeping. We'll be right back. Saddled horses neigh and stomp their hooves. They cannot wait to travel distant lands, searching for the legendary treasures of an ancient empire. I can feel the bravery of the previous owner, how she dreamt of adventure and fame. Do you wish to know where her path led her? I certainly do. Find the rest of her 5 belongings, and together we can uncover the story of the search for the Gemstone Cave. What a curious find. Shards of the Ring of Reckless Courage, it would seem. Notice how they bear evidence of melting here and there. Lady Luck favored the ring's previous owner for quite some time, but when she finally turned her back on him, the consequences were quite grave. If you find the rest of the 12 shards, I will be able to tell you the story in full. Ooh, 12 pieces, huh? That's going to take a while. Anyway, I just thought I'd toss this part in real quick. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some loot to sell. And we're back. Between the relics and the loot, we made about 4,000 gold pieces. Not enough to actually buy anything, but it does free up about 600 pounds worth of inventory space. Now, let's start heading west, see what else we can find. Ah, there we go. A ford across the Skunk River. This is one of the few known fords across the Skunk River. Despite the shallow depth, the current is extremely powerful here. The cold stream seems intent on pulling the land from under one's feet, pulling someone underwater, or even carrying their property away to the stony rapids downstream. Many travelers and traders have used this ford to cross the river, while just as many bandits have used it to set ambushes for their victims. Well, I think we can handle a few bandits. Let's get in there. Okay, nothing in sight yet. Looks like a medium-sized map. Let's focus on this side of the river first, then we'll move to the other. Whoa now, Lindsay.
In due time.
Let's not get too far ahead of everyone. Not that there's really much going on over here. No enemies, no hidden items, not even any mushrooms or herbs to pick.
That is not far.
Still nothing.
As it should be.
I've got to say, this is actually a little disappointing.
In due time.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
Looks like we've got a few ferocious wolves. Definitely nothing we can't handle. Two more incoming. Still nothing to worry about, though. Yeah, we've got this.
Repent!
Alright, let's get those pelts. Lindsay?
What troubles you?
Yeah, I think this area is more our speed. We'll head east again once we hit level 6 or 7.
All according to plan.
This requires your attention.
Shard of a Knight's Bracer. Very nice. I guess we're working on another artifact. I don't think you could actually finish that one back in the launch version of the game, so I'll be curious to see what it does.
In due time.
Alright, I think we're pretty much done with the South Bank, so let's see what's on the other side. Though, now that I actually think about it, we probably should have come in on the north. Not that it makes much difference. Pretty.
That is not far.
There's our secondary exit. I guess that just leaves these last two corners. Oh, more wolves. That last pack was pretty weak, so we should be fine.
This should do it.
To victory!
Nice. They've actually got a pack leader this time, so let's hit that guy with a bomb. Amiri's taking a bit of a beating here. Okay. A little rocky, but we made it through. And that's a few more pelts for the pile. Ring of protection. Nice. I don't think we actually need one, though. Yeah, pretty much everyone's got one at this point. We could give it to Lindsay, but only if we were willing to give up that arcane signet. Let's just save it for our companions back in Stag's Fall. We will need them properly equipped when we do their companion quests. That's an awful lot of fog of war. Can't actually get over there, though.
As it should be.
We will prevail!
And one more pack of wolves. And a couple of kobold sentinels. Unexpected.
Repent!
Poor guys. They never stood a chance. Suit Blackened Brand. That's another set piece for the storyteller. Looks like we got a recipe for Galt Ragu, too. Sounds tasty.
Interesting.
Torag's Pendant. Yet another relic for the storyteller. Hard to imagine what we'd do without him. Guess that's it. I do feel like we're missing something in the southeast corner, but we'll move on for now. Might be worth coming back once we raise our perception, though. Okay, let's start with the eastern Gnarl marches here. We don't want to stray too far from Stag's Fall. Hey, more kingdom events. That's part of why we want to stay close to Stag's Fall. Interesting. Merchants in the capital. New merchants have arrived in the capital. Okay, not quite what I was expecting, but that's something to look forward to next time we head back to town. Still no random events, though. Very strange. Well, we could head for Candlemere Tower, but I'm actually pretty sure that's a location for Act 3, so let's just avoid that for now. This, though. This looks promising. Lone House. This lone house on the edge of the Gnarl Marches looks quite prosperous. It is the remote dwelling of a wizard who has dedicated his life to scientific research, far withdrawn from the commotion of big city life. Local villagers learned long ago that it was unwise to approach this house, so they stay far away. The wizard seems to be perfectly content with this state of affairs. There is a road not far from the house, occasionally used by travelers, traders, or bandits. Well, he's one of our subjects now, so let's pay this wizard a visit. Oh, wow. Okay. This is definitely one of the larger maps. We're probably here for the rest of the episode. In fact, let's go ahead and toss up some of our longer-lasting buffs.
Oh, sorry. Was lost in thought.
Oh, this is also a good chance to try out that metamagic rod we found. I think all we have to do is make sure it's active when we cast a spell, and it should double the duration. Yeah, looks like it works. We can only use it 3 times per day, but that'll definitely come in handy. Anyway, let's get those buffs up.
I am prepared.
Anything is possible.
You'll notice that Lindsay can actually cast Barkskin now as well. That's because we just equipped her with the Woodland's Aegis.
Just letting the ink dry.
The end draws near.
Don't hesitate.
Focus on the goal.
Alright, I think that's actually enough for now. We'll save the short-term stuff for when we actually spot some enemies. Sweet syrup. Good for candy. And for pancakes.
All according to plan.
Ah, looks like we finally found some bandits. And that one is marked as a bandit leader. That means he's probably pretty powerful. Let's go ahead and get those buffs up.
Patience. Yes, I'm still here.
Time's not waiting.
Alright, I think that's probably enough. We do want to make sure we neutralize that bandit leader as quickly as possible, though. Solid hit from Lindsay. Let's get a hideous laughter spell queued up. If we can take out that leader, then we shouldn't have any real trouble here. Oh, scratch that. He's got an alchemist. We need to lock that guy down before he can do any serious damage. Go get him, Amiri.
Tear them apart!
I believe I found something.
Really? There we go. Alright, let's finish that guy off.
Serves you right.
There goes the alchemist. Now let's focus fire on that leader. Looks like he's casting an enlarge person spell. Ah, nice. Alright, I think we've got this one. Whoops. Got a little too reckless with Tristan there. Let's pull him back and we'll just swarm the archers.
You deserved it.
In due time.
Man, Amiri really took a beating that time. Well, let's get her patched back up.
No mistakes.
Done with waiting.
Thankfully, we have an abundance of healing spells. Oh, okay, hold on. Amiri, trying to pound the entire stack. Guess they still haven't fixed that. Though, I am curious if she would have stopped as soon as she hit maximum hit points. Looks like the leader had some nice stuff on him. Ah, okay. It was a potion, not a spell. Masterwork Bastard Sword, too. We might actually have a use for that. Protector of Unjust. This shield is infamous in the Stolen Lands. It was seen in the hands of several bandit leaders and warlords of this lawless expanse. Despite its protection, the fact that it had outlived so many owners shows that this shield is troubling at least. Or perhaps it merely had not found the one truly worthy of wielding it. +2 heavy shield. +2 resistance bonus. An additional +2 against good or lawful outsiders. Cannot be equipped by lawful or good characters. Well, I don't think we'll be running into many good outsiders, but I'm pretty sure we will be encountering a few lawful evil ones. Of course, even without that extra bonus, it's still a pretty good fit for Harem. Belt of Mighty Constitution. Not sure who we'll give that to, but let's take a look at our options. Well, obviously it's not going to be a Miri. And of course, Harem gets the Protector of the Unjust. He's the only character in the party who can actually make use of it. That also gives him a +2 resistance bonus, which makes his cloak redundant. Let's pull that off him and give it to someone who actually needs it. Well, looks like everyone's already got a cloak. Alright, I guess that's one more thing to save for the backup heroes. Oh, we got that bastard sword too. Okay, looks like Valerie's already got one.
Anything else?
Let's check this poor guy. Oh, hey, there's an artifact fragment. An amulet of natural armor +2. Very nice. And a wand of fireball. That's definitely going to Tristian. I guess we can dump one of these scrolls. I don't really tend to use them much. This statue of a troll, you realize, is a rock troll, caught in direct sunlight and turned to stone. Interesting. We'll have to be on our guard if there are trolls around here.
What a find!
Okay, I think we get the idea of why villagers stopped coming to the wizard's house.
Applause, please.
Nicely done, Lindsay.
What's that?
Careful.
Applause, please.
The stone is covered with soot. Right, so these are probably fire-based traps. On the bright side, that's getting us closer to level 6.
Follow my lead.
Need key. Really? Alright, let's see if we can track down that wizard.
That is not far. In due time.
Hope he doesn't mind if we help ourselves here. I mean, we're already disarming his traps.
All according to plan.
A cozy house stands away from the main roads. An excellent place for a hermit. Oh, and speaking of which, there he is. Bartholomew Delgado. Not exactly a wizard name, but who am I to judge? The fence is low and there are no gates. The owner of this place doesn't seem to be afraid of intruders. Alright, let's see what this guy's deal is.
As it should be.
Oh, actually, let's fire off a song of competence first, just in case there's any skill checks. A middle-aged man stands before you. His clothes are not too gaudy, but tasteful. Despite living in the wilderness, he looks well-groomed, even dapper. His mustache is slick, and the nails on his agile, soft hands are meticulously polished. What a pleasant surprise! Welcome, Your Grace. Would you like a cup of tea? Something stronger, perhaps? It's a great honor for a humble hermit, entertaining such an important personage. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Bartholomew Delgado, at your service. How may I be of assistance? You seem to be an educated man. What are you doing out in these woods? I'm simply a humble researcher in the field of esoteric sciences, and I've chosen this location to work in peace, away from the noise of the city. When the environment is quiet and the air is fresh, ink just begs to be set to paper. Those traps in the woods, are they yours? They're mine, yes. You see, while I'm happy to welcome guests, I prefer those who are capable of coherent speech. I've neither interest in nor desire to waste my time with fighting off every monster that comes across my dwelling. But I did leave a safe passage for those who can read. I even installed a sign. You must have seen it. Yeah, about that. Amiri frowns. So, what if someone can't read? Bartholomew shrugs. Literacy is one of humanity's most significant achievements. Trust me, my traps aren't even close to the worst dangers threatening anyone who chooses to remain in the darkness of ignorance. Though, I suppose if I ever met a painter here, I could ask them to add a picture to my warning sign. The rock troll in the woods nearby, is it real? Oh yes, I'm quite proud of that one actually. You see, trolls rarely perish in traps. If they manage to break free from one, their animal cunning usually helps them avoid further traps. But that rock troll was trapped just before dawn, so he had no way to avoid the sunrise. Now he just stands there, serving as a demonstration of sorts. It's useful both for my research and as a ward against unwelcome guests. What about local bandits? Do they bother you here? They tried once. Now they make every effort to stay away. They only show up if they don't have any other options, and even then they just politely ask me to enchant their arrows. Thank you for satisfying my curiosity. I'm always happy to help those who seek knowledge. I think that just brings us... Yeah, we've already gone through all these options. Do you have anything for sale? Certainly. Let's see here. We've got a small assortment of basic but useful items. Giant Slayer's Clasp. +2 dodge bonus against giants. Useful, but a bit too pricey. Various consumable items. Yet another book on transmutation. I think we've already got that one, though. A pouch of feather tokens. These feathers were enchanted by a crafty wizard. Each of them can turn into a large oak. Interesting. And a small bag of holding. That one's a no-brainer. I guess we'll take some of those feather tokens, too, just in case. I guess this is a good chance to free up some space in our inventory, too. Looks like we've still got a couple of items to equip. We'll take care of that in a moment. Well, that doesn't get us much money, but it does free up 300 pounds. More than that if we count the bag of holding. Alright, let's get those items equipped. I guess we'll put the belt on Valerie. She's our designated tank after all. Then we'll put that +2 amulet on Amiri, and we'll give her hand-me-down amulet to Valerie as well. +31 armor class. Not bad. Alright folks, we're past the 40-minute mark, so I think that brings us to a pretty good stopping point for the episode. All things considered, we've made some pretty good progress today. We cleared 2.5 locations, and we found some more solid equipment upgrades. We also met Bartholomew here, who not only serves as a convenient drop-off point for loot, but may actually be important later in the story. Anyway, we'll hit the pause button for now, but we'll pick up here next time, as we continue scouting the region around Stag's Fall in general. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Pathfinder Kingmaker, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube channel, the official Discord channel, the fan-run wiki, or the original crowdfunding campaign over on Kickstarter. Links are in the description.